Hey, Alex.
Hey, thanks for calling back. I know you're super busy trying to catch up with everything after your whirlwind trip.
No problem. Actually, it's a holiday weekend, so I'm trying to have a little bit of rest. So I understand that you were on a trip at the same time I was on a trip, basically.
Yeah, I kind of was expecting to run into you at the airport, but we didn't. Yeah, I went back to Des Moines, Iowa, and I can't tell you too much, but I can tell you a little bit, okay?
Right? Why is it
Marianne Fons called me up, and she is all about Quilts of Valor, all about it. And she had this idea for this great program for PBS that will air in Iowa next March, if I'm getting this right, as a PBS like fundraiser. You know how they do those shows?
right?
But her concept was to match us. I was a coach, and then I was going to be matched with a rookie, and I had to teach the rookie how to quilt. Now, mind you, it was not only myself, it was Eleanor Burns and Mark Lipinski, and then Marianne was hosting the thing.
Right.
And when she originally asked me, she said, wouldn't that be great if I could get like Big Bird? And I'm like going, well, that's easy for you to say, because I don't know how Big Bird could quilt with his hands.
You mean like for the rookies, they were trying to get sort of celebrity or named people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, I'm with you.
Yes. And so she finally, right before, told us who our people were. And I don't want to blow the whole thing, although if anybody's been on Facebook, they've kind of been following it. But I got Dan Gable. Now,
The
if
Olympic
you are,
guy.
yes, the Olympic guy. And let me tell you, he walks this side on water in the state of Iowa because not only is he an Olympic guy, he was in Munich, but he coached college. He's the best of the best of the best, and that's what John kept saying.
And his specialty was wrestling.
Wrestling.
And
yes.
He won the gold medal.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
I've never met a gold medal winner.
Well, I haven't either. And it was really interesting because I asked you what was your takeaway on
in
your
Denmark. Yeah, what was your takeaway?
My takeaway is that you always tease me of this, but there's something to be. I'm going to say something, kind of lightheartedly, but not really, because it really affected me. Is that to say I'm less than focused would be the understatement.
Well,
right.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He was so focused. And it was amazing to watch him. I mean, I can tell you why this guy is the best of the best. When I had to show him a 1/4-inch seam, man, he got that 1/4-inch seam right off the bat. When something got a little goofy, he wanted to know why. And so he was and then at one point, you're going to love this one. At one point, I was thinking we maybe wouldn't make what we needed to do in the time frame. I don't want to give too much away. And I said, well, look, we could just shortcut and not do the last row or something like that. And he said, no, we're going to do it right. So while I was his coach, I was getting life lessons from this gentleman. And I think that is what makes him such a superior human being in every single way. So it was.
So in a nutshell, for the things that you learned and you want to communicate to our audience,
it is that, well, I'm going to go to what you say, time is precious, but man, we can waste a lot of time boomeranging from here to there, and you got to keep your eye on the prize and not let the outside stuff distract you.
That's really good. Yep, I have to agree with all that.
So, and as you know, I'm the first one. I got to tell you guys, I mean, Ricky is so focused, and he's very, when he gets like this, and I'm like, wow. and so I think I need to get a little bit more like that. And because of that, yesterday I could have made a million excuses not to sit down at my machine, and I go, this is stupid. Sit your down at the machine and get busy. And it's amazing when you focus what you can get done. And I want to say, this guy, this gentleman, Dan, it's a lovely, lovely human being. And if your kids ever had the opportunity to be coached, mentored, tutored under them, I'm sure he has taught them life lessons.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. All right. So, well, thank you for sharing that information. I know that we're all going to take away a little bit of focus today.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. In fact, I think it's time for me to get sewing.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye, Ricky. Thanks.
Bye-bye.